So, today we're going to talk about our sensory awareness and how that can lift our spirits, refocus us, and create better brain health just through being curious and noticing. And Neil deGrasse Tyson reminds us that we are part of this universe. We are in this universe. But perhaps most important than both of those facts is that the universe is in us. And so we will be working with that thought during our meditation today. And so just a reminder that it is so easy in times of stress to focus on the negative, to focus on what is broken, what is wrong, what's distressing or problematic. And although we absolutely need to attend to the challenges in our life, to only give them our attention and not to the other beautiful things in our life that are not stressful can really very, very easily lead to burnout and contraction. And that's not where we want to go. And so that's why, as we meditate, we orient ourselves to pay attention to our inner and our outer sensory experience and what allows you to feel positive and what uplifts your heart and your mind. And when I say paying attention to the sensory experience, I mean, if you think about pinching your hand and think about that right now, it's one thing. But if you actually pinch your hand and feel that, that's quite another thing. And so thinking about something and sensing it are quite different. And so our meditation encourages us to sense, what am I feeling? So when we do that, our world comes alive. And right now it's spring, and the blossoms and the leaves are beginning to bud. And so understanding that our senses expand our world, whereas stress narrows our visual field and our perception. And so it's so important. We can't walk around the world without stress, right? But we can balance it with the beauty and the joy that is around us all the time. And the German philosopher Goethe advises he says, keep your eyes fresh and open and joyful, and move with sure steps, yet flexibly through the fields of the world so richly endowed. Keep your eyes fresh and open and joyful, and move with sure steps. That means intentionally, yet flexibly, through the fields of the world so richly endowed. And then there's a book that I've been reading most recently. It's called Better in Every Sense by Norman Farb, who is a psychologist. Dr. Farb, I'm sorry, Zindel Siegel is a psychologist, and Norman Farb is the neuroscientist. And so in their book, they talk about the radical act of sense foraging. And they say that sensation can be an act of making space for things to happen without needing to have a strong conceptual model about it. That is, we're not thinking about it. By sense foraging, the authors are referring to the act of intentionally engaging with sensation, welcoming its ability to update our models of the world. When we open our eyes and we really see, it's updating our model. So sense foraging can be considered a specific type of mindfulness, sharing an emphasis on allowing and letting be, and curiosity, I would say. And by this, the authors mean specifically pay attention to sensation rather than your thinking or your emotions. And it's not to ignore that, but again, bringing balance. And by recognizing that sensing is not thinking, we preserve space for sensation in a mind that's really overrun by thoughts and mental habits. And the authors assure us that sense foraging can be practiced anywhere, anytime, because as long as we're conscious, There's always something in our sensory world that we can attend to. What are the sounds that we're hearing? What are the sights that we're seeing? What are the smells? What are the tastes? So they go on to say you can notice things like the warmth of the sun on your skin as you're walking outdoors, or the prickliness of your sweater, or the warmth of your sweater, or the feeling of your feet on the ground. This is all sensory experience, or the smell of coffee from your mug. Or just as we do in the first session of MBSR, we do a mindful eating exercise and we smell the food, we look at the food, we feel the touch of the food on our lip actually. And then we very slowly take the food to our mouth and we enjoy the sensory nature of just feeling it with our tongue and then of chewing it and the taste that explodes as we chew. And so it's less about finding a special stimulus and more about seeing the sensory world that is always available. So just through taking a mouthful of food, we can tap into that, our senses. And so I encourage you to really set your intention to more deliberately tap into what is the information that I'm getting through my sense stores, through my sight, through sound, through hearing, through smell, through taste, through touch. So let's do a meditation on the elements that Neil deGrasse Tyson assures us that, again, I will quote that we are part of this universe. We are in this universe. But perhaps more important than both of those facts is that the universe is in us. And that's really what this meditation is about. And so just finding a comfortable position for those of you who are new to meditation. That position is typically in an upright posture, something that is dignified or alert, but something you can relax into. And then as you take your meditation seat, noticing the simple pleasure of that experience. Often just taking our seat can bring a sense of ease and familiarity. And so in the next few moments, expect to notice what's here. Inclining our attention, our intention to what is uplifting and joyful and gladdening. And so just feeling the body as it just sits. Right in this moment, we are in doing mode. And if it's comfortable for you, you can close your eyes and you can turn your gaze inward, noticing your interior landscape. Just simply being curious about what is calling for your attention in this moment. We're not dismissing or ignoring phenomena or experience that is difficult or unpleasant. We can acknowledge those things. And at the same time, we choose to incline our mind and our attention to what is brightening, what is supportive for our well-being, so that we're really developing inner sustainability. And so as you orient to your inner landscape, notice if there's anything welcoming, anything that feels relaxed, at ease. When we incline our attention, it allows whatever we attend to flourish, to expand. And so noticing that when you attend to places in the body that feel easeful, that feel relaxed, calm, just begin to notice. Does this awareness allow these feelings to expand, to flourish? Can we savor those feelings more fully? Just noticing, not turning away from what's uncomfortable, but also noticing what is easeful, what is calm. And feeling the body's connection to the ground and to the earth. Feeling that contact to the earth that is unfailingly here, the rootedness of the ground that gravity provides. Noticing if there's any pleasant quality to that. And perhaps that might be a feeling of stability, of safety, rootedness. And the place in which you're sitting may be noisy, or it may be still. Can we accept whatever is here without resistance, without wishing it were different? In the end, we're creating that stillness and quiet inside of ourselves, aware that we cannot change what's going on around us necessarily, but we can change how we respond to it. And so noticing if there's any sense of spaciousness, of ease within you. And perhaps by just being aware of the air that surrounds you, the air that we're all swimming in, this ocean of air. This in itself may provide a sense of ease, a sense of expansiveness, of delight and joy. And then attuning to the sounds, whether it's the hum of an appliance, the sound of traffic, the sound of bird song, the sound of voices. Just being a receptacle for sound, allowing the sound to flow, and noticing how this brings joy and delight for our capacity to hear. This is such a gift to be able to hear our world, not ignoring unwelcome or unpleasant stimuli, but asking the question, what else is here that I can incline toward, that provides this sense of ease, of uplift and delight? Always remembering that it is the little moments, the accumulation of noticing pleasant moments, and remembering these precious moments that begins to change our inner and outer landscape. And so despite perhaps being in a very noisy environment or an environment with a lot of sound, can there still be stillness and peace inside? And this is what tamps down our sympathetic nervous system, our fight or flight nervous system. This is what rebalances our nervous system. And so even though your mind may be telling you, honey, you have way too much on your plate today to just sit and do nothing, can you suggest that that inner critic take a rest and just bring your attention to this moment and all that is right within it? And having simple gratitude for this body, this breath. This is the gift. This is the joy. Our lungs, our heart, breathing, keeping us alive, the simple pleasures. And so as you settle in, begin to notice the weight of your body, allowing your body to just relax into the support of the chair, of the earth. The solidity of your body is the earth element. This element is heavy. It's stable. And as you connect to the sense of solidity, allow your body to soften, to rest deeply into the ground, into the floor, into the chair. See if you can feel the density of your body, your bones, your flesh, the fat of our body, all that is solid and dense. This is the earth element. As you feel the stability of the earth within you, you can know that it's connected to all of the earth around us. The ground, the trees, the rocks, the mountains, all that is solid and stable. The earth element in you is connected to the earth element all around you. Explore what it feels like to know this connection to the earth. And now begin to notice the temperature in your body. This is the fire element. Fire is heat, warmth, and vibration. Notice where you feel your own internal heat. Sometimes we can connect to the fire element in the belly or the heart area, anywhere that feels warm. And know that this fire element within you connects to the fire element all around you. The sun is the epitome of the fire element in nature, keeping the planet warm and alive. And so know that the fire element, the warmth and the heat within you is connected to the fire element all around you. Explore what it feels like to know that connection we all have with fire. Water is smooth and flowing, and most of our body is water. Perhaps you can sense the water element in the moistness of your eyes, in your mouth, in the blood coursing through you, in all that is fluid and flowing through our body. And as you feel this water within you, perhaps you can sense that this water is in balance with the water that covers our planet. Because our planet is mostly water, just like us. The oceans, rivers, lakes, rain, clouds, the dew, the fog. Know that this water element in you is connected to the water all around us. Water is life. explore what it feels like to know this deep connection that we have to water. So just feeling the earth, the weight of your body, the stability of your body, the fire element, the warmth in your body. Where is this apparent? And the water element, all of the fluid in our bodies. And now moving to the air element. Air is movable and changeable. It's light and ephemeral. And of course, in our body, the air element is breath. And so notice the air as you breathe in and out, connecting us to lightness and changeability. Our breath connects us to the plant life around us as we exchange oxygen and carbon dioxide. And as well, the air connects us to the sky, to the wind. It's often said, I've heard and love this, that the wind is the earth breathing. We're connected to the air that circulates around our planet, breathed in and out by so many beings. And so just resting your awareness on the breath for the next moment, just breathing, feeling the connection to the earth, to plant life, to the wind, the sky, to all beings. We are all connected to nature through this air that we breathe. Feeling the solidity of your body in the earth element. The warmth of your body in the fire element. The moisture in your body in the water element. And the breath in your body in the air element. And so as we bring the meditation to a close, setting your intention to really very intentionally open your eyes to sensation. For those of you who are working in an office and you commute, as you commute this evening, set your intention to open your sense doors. What am I seeing? What am I hearing? What am I smelling? It could be the rich earth as it comes alive again. It could be seeing the buds, the daffodils as they poke up through the ground, the different colors of the different bulbs that are blooming right now. Looking at the tree limbs to notice how the buds are beginning to plump. All of this can bring us joy, this awakening of our senses. Helps us to understand that this is a beautiful world we live in. If we just simply explore it. I'm going to stop the recording and end the meditation. But I'm going to invite you to stick around to hear a particular song that one of our meditators, Mary Vanderwoot, sent to me today that I thought was so lovely.